Today we're going to make this fun. It's a 4-pocket. I'm calling it a fan pockets, and it just gets glued down to your page like that, and you have 4 pockets. You could potentially have 5 pockets, and your whole page is decorated. So let me show you how to make this. So all we're going to need to make this is 2 book pages. You need to make sure that they are a good size that'll fit on the page, or you can also trim them down. I'm using pages that are roughly 5.5 inches wide. And this is not super critical, but looks like about 8 5/8 or 7/8. And all we're going to do is just start folding. Again, you don't have to be super precise with this. Let me go ahead and do this part first. We're going to glue this to the bottom of this page. You just start folding. There's no need to measure anything, but what we end up with, we want to make sure that it fits on our page. And mine actually hangs over just a little bit, and I don't care about that. I like stuff hanging out of the pages of the book. So I glued about 3/4 of an inch of this page to the back of this page. Again, not super critical. And so what we end up with here is a total length of almost 16 inches. Okay. All I did was just start folding. You want a little bit. You want to make sure you have about 1 inch or so worth of pocket in there. Bring up another section. Should let that dry a little bit. And I try to keep this section here about the same for each pocket. But if it's not, it's okay. Grab another section. Fold it up. I'm looking at this, what I have here, and I want to make sure I have a good inch worth of pocket in there so something can sit in there comfortably. And as we fold, it starts to curl around. So this is our last pocket. All right. Now, this part right here I did trim off because it looked a little weird. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Now I'm going to go ahead and ink all of my edges. All right, and I tore mine out of a book, so I have a ratty edge over there on the side, and I like that. So now we can just start gluing our pockets down. Now I'm going to get my, this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that is folded in half. The only thing we want to make sure of is that we don't interfere where the page, the spine part right here, we'll make sure we don't interfere with that. Okay, so now this looks a little bit different than this one. It sits on the page a little bit differently. All of them are going to be different, every single one. So I make sure I'm clear here, and I make sure that I am horizontal there. Again, not necessary. Maybe you want to turn yours a different way. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that with this one, just to be different. So let's go ahead and glue our pockets down. This is kind of weird. glue that side down. And on this side, I can't really tell, so I'm just going to just put a little dollop of glue right there at the top. I'm going to do the same thing here. Press everything down really well. And then go back here and check for all the places that are loose and get those glued down, just to keep them secure. Just a little bit of glue, enough to hold it down. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is add a little bit of lace to the pockets, just to dress them up a little bit. And you should use Fabri-Tac for this, but this is what I've got handy, which is art glitter glue. I found that it will hold it, but you probably should use Fabri-Tac. Trim off the excess. Okay, let's do the next one. Now I'm going to go through here and I'm going to add a little bling like I did to this one. You don't have to do this. You can use something entirely different than what I'm using. Okay, and so now we have all these shallow little pockets that we can put some fun things in. They won't be very big, but that's okay. And then here is our journal page. And you can set this on here, and all of these little things are poking out of the sides of the page, and I just think that is so cool, so easy to make, and another great way to use up your book pages. So guys, if you have any questions about anything you saw me do today, please don't hesitate to leave your questions in the comment section below. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Please give this a try, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.